Burlington Airport Commission shortly after 10 a.m. And the first item is the agenda, which I don't.
I move that we adopt the agenda as proposed.
I second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by
This
saying
meeting
aye.
is being recorded.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no, so ordered. Next item is that we call is a public forum. Is anyone in the audience want to address the commission from the public? Any member of the public once, twice, 3 times, this item is closed. The next item is the item for this special meeting. So is that correct? Is the memo this next item? Okay, I was going to make a motion, and I still will. The chair will accept a motion. Well, first of all, the reference for this item is a memorandum from City Attorney Eileen Blackwood dated January 1st, 2020, which was under consideration by this Airport Commission on the 26th of February. At that time, the item was tabled. Unfortunately, when we tabled it, we did not express a time certain. So that sort of fell by the wayside. So I will accept the motion to remove the referenced memorandum from City Attorney Eileen Blackwood from the table and put it before the commission for consideration. I will accept that motion if somebody wants to make it.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I can second that.
The motion is made and seconded to remove from the table the memorandum from City Attorney Eileen Blackwood for consideration. So, commissioners, you want to make a motion to recommend this, to accept the report and recommend approval to the Burlington City Council. Is there a motion to that effect?
I make that motion to approve this report and recommend it to.
I'll second.
Discussion, please. Anyone want to discuss it?
Yeah, I think I would like to add an editorial comment.
Go ahead.
Upon second reading, I found that this report was one of the most comprehensive reports that's been done. And I applaud you, Eileen, for all the work, and it certainly must have taken a long time. I have a few editorial comments to make. One is, if it ain't broke, don't mess with it. And if anybody has been paying attention to the airport since Gene has taken over, has seen what a wonderful job it has done. And I don't know why we have to go out and try and fix something that's running like the airport is currently. I understand that there's the difference between management and a difference between politicizing future endeavors for the commission. I know that Karen Paul was the co-chair of a very extensive hearings that we had a few years ago. And if you see in the report, you can find that over 50% of commercial airports in the United States are controlled by municipalities. The other thing that it stated was that if there was going to be regionalization of the airport, the only way that could happen would be if the state joined the city of Burlington. Basically because they're the only ones with the expertise and they're the only ones that have any money. The other piece that I have to say is regarding Winooski having representation on the board. If I don't know whether, and remember, this is just me, I don't know that this isn't starting down a slippery slope. The next thing we're going to have in a few years, or who knows when, is every town, St. George, Williston, Colchester, they're all going to want a seat on the board. And I'm just going to leave it by saying, if it ain't broke, don't mess with it.
Thank you. Any other commissioner? Attorney Blackwood, do you want to address this issue since you're the author?
Thank you. And thank you, Commissioner Munger, for your kind words about it was a lot of my staff and who did a great job who are no longer with us and have moved on. One who is at the state legislative council. So I'm hoping can help us on that end of things as things move forward. But the Anthea Dexter Collins is there. For those of you who didn't know that. She did a great job in doing a lot of the research for this report. So I hope that you all will, there is a motion on your agenda that I hope that you will make a recommendation and make recommendations about. And if I can answer any questions, I'm hopeful to do that. We were really trying to get a comprehensive report that would assist everybody in what I expect to be the ongoing conversations about how we kind of got here with the airport, how the airport got here, and what the background and the investment that Burlington and its taxpayers have made into the airport over these years. And like Jeff, I want to say that the airport staff is phenomenal, that Director Richards and his team, Nick and Shelby and everybody else, you all have done just a fabulous job in putting the airport in a really strategic position, even after this very difficult COVID year.
Any questions of Attorney Blackwood? Eileen, was there any legislation proposed in this past session with respect to this topic? I know Senator Chittenden, the delegation from Winooski, certainly wanted to take action to assume the management of the airport. To your knowledge, Eileen, was there any legislation introduced?
You know, I actually can't remember because there's been some each year. There certainly was a lot of discussion about adding things on, but whether it actually got introduced, I'm not certain.
Okay, thank you. Members of the commission, are you ready for the question? Any more questions? First of all, any more questions of Eileen? By the way, Eileen, thank you for your service. You've done an outstanding job for the city during your time here. We all appreciate your advice and the long hours you spend at council meetings and background work to get for those council meetings. And you're going to work for the legislative council? Is that what I heard you say?
No, not me. Sorry. No,
Oh.
I am taking some time off and having a little rest period till I decide what to do next.
That's time well spent.
Commissioner Keough?
Bill, Christine Lott, the Mayor Lott had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. You recognize Mayor Law. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Glad to see this coming back. I recall when this was tabled last year, and wanted to say that this report was really helpful for me as more background in engaging with my community's relationship with the airport. We're excited to have seen the recommendation about the consideration of an additional seat for Winooski moving forward, which you did include in this memo. The one thing I wanted to ask today is why this is on for a special meeting and wasn't placed on the regular schedule for Wednesday, which would be more, I think, accessible and transparent to community engagement.
Thank you. Anyone else? If not, are you ready for the question? If so, all in favor of the motion to approve the city attorney report and recommend approval to the city council, signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, no. So ordered. Thank you very much. Thank you, Eileen and staff. And,
Commissioner Keough?
Thank you. Oh,
Commissioner
Paul,
Keough?
I'm sorry,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Thanks very much. I know that public forum, we don't engage in a back and forth, learned that very well from former President Keough. However, you know, I think Mayor Lott's question is a valid one, and I think that it deserves an answer. in the interest of transparency, so the, just for, well, for the benefit of the public and as well, Mayor Lott, your question. So City Attorney Blackwood, as has been made clear, is leaving at the end of the month. And this report has been around for a while. It was brought to the commission over a year ago and was going to be voted on back in April of last year. And then COVID happened and the commission didn't meet for a while. There were other things that were clearly more pressing. One thing led to another, and here we are. There's going to be a presentation this evening at the council that Eileen Blackwood will be bringing forward on her report. And because of that, we felt that it was wise. I'm not sure how it works in Winooski, but certainly one of the first questions that will be asked at the council meeting is, has the Airport Commission weighed in on this report? And in the interest of, just because we are a little bit pressed for time, we had asked for this meeting to be called so that the commission could vote on accepting the report. That's the reason for why the special meeting has come about. So, again, I know that, again, it's not my meeting, but if you have any other questions, I would hope that the chair would entertain them if you do.
Certainly be happy to. Any questions of Councilor Paul? I would have one. Councilor Paul, what is the nature of the executive session? I know you can't tell us what the substance is, but what is the thrust of the executive session?
Well, the conversation, actually, that question is best answered by Attorney Blackwood. So okay. I will defer to her because I'm sure she will answer it better than I can. Attorney
Blackwood.
So I think the issue is basically for the city council to be able to get legal advice around this general issue, because Burlington's interests in ensuring that Burlington continues to own and operate the airport it's a huge consideration for the Burlington taxpayers, and the city council therefore wants to get some legal advice around that issue and what may happen next session in the legislature.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else want to comment, question, or? All right, seeing none, we'll accept the motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Do I see a hand up? Do I see a hand up? No, okay. I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second, somebody? Jeff, you want to second that motion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. We are hereby adjourned. Thank you, one and all. This whole gang. Good to see all of you again. Thank you.